man.
All right, we got him.
We like to apologize.
For what?
To absolutely no one. The two-time champ does absolutely fucking nothing.
Okay, and we're live.
Yo, what a time to be alive. Made In Chafford podcast, episode 187. I'm guessing it might not be. It might be. It might be an ancestral spirit. I don't know. I am two Dems. The real is back. The real is back.
Come on.
Do your Googles. If you don't know, you should know by now.
It's free.
It is free, and it will remain free.
Oh, it's 186, by the way.
186.
Dang.
Thank you for that, sir. And yeah, Dancing and DK. Watch your backs. Best member of the DSS. Can't believe I have to tell you every week, but if you don't know, now you know. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all for me. I'm gonna pass it over to my partner.
Cole Sanusi, Don Corleone in the building, aka C Note, aka L Coolins, aka Hollywood Cole.
Hollywood Cole.
Episode, what is this? 186. We're here, man. Coming for your left ear, your right ear, surround sound, portable speakers, smart speakers, AirPods, Beats. You know what it is. Episode 186. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. There's an entanglement going on there.
Yeah, massive one. It's Eman G45. The G solid in my name. The 45 silent.
Come on.
It's getting Shabogwe in the building. It's the Prince of the East.
Sir.
It's Tinfoil Hat Eames.
Yes, sir.
It's the Black Mamba Dove. The Cheetah Yam.
Yeah.
The R&B voice. The R&B voice is present in sound. Blessed beyond measure. Happy to be here. Blessed and alive and well. Welcome to the Made In Chafford experience. 186. Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go. Let's go.
Changing these headphones.
Okay, go for it.
Yo, you see the video of Kanye singing the Munch song? AI.
Oh my God, I absolutely hate it.
What song? What
The
song?
one you sent me.
Oh yeah.
AI Kanye West.
It's bananas, man. It's not necessary. It's not needed. It's never gonna work. Like, I just, maybe for songs that, nah, I don't think it's ever gonna work.
Man
Sorry.
said that ain't it, yo.
Nah, it's just not. It just
Shout out
doesn't
to
feel
Fleo.
authentic.
Nah, it just sounds crazy. I heard like one where he's doing a Frank Ocean song. And the thing is, it defeats the purpose because you kind of can tell with certain artists like their singing range.
Yeah.
So when you're hearing Kanye hit notes that you know Kanye can't hit, it just doesn't sound.
Maybe if he tried to do a thing, and like, what the concern is for me anyway is artists are gonna now be featured on songs they had no involvement in, if that makes sense. So you could have a verse that you never did, you never sang, but it's been AI generated. That's terrifying.
But it depends on your contract.
Oh, if it's in there, then it's in there. But like, if it's even if it is in there, I think that's still scary. That you could give me a verse that I never did. I don't know. I don't know how you're not scared of that.
It's not that I'm not scared of that. It's the fact that, remember the time they did a fake Travis Scott?
When was this? I forgot about this.
Nah.
When did this
If
happen?
it was not last year, it was probably year 2021.
Was it like a verse or something?
It was a verse. It was a visuals.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is this like in the metaverse or
No. This was like a real thing.
real life, real person?
A real thing.
I
Yeah.
don't know, man.
I think there was a guy in the background who was doing the reenactment,
Yikes.
but basically the sound and it wasn't perfect.
Right.
So that's why no one cares about it today.
But
But technically speaking, you could ask AI, artificial intelligence online to create a beat, and then you write down the lyrics. You give a few reference points in terms of vocals, and it creates what you need.
Nah, that's crazy.
This is how iRobot started.
Facts. Will Smith told us.
Have you seen the robot get vexed when it gets touched on the nose?
What are we talking about?
Like the non-gender robot. There's like the grey robot. Basically, they're doing a test on it.
Oh, okay.
So then it does like they do that,
Yes.
and it touches the nose. It gets vexed.
Yeah.
Listen.
Like it got vexed. It was just like, hold on a second, give me a minute.
It's a scary world we live in. I'm telling you.
I don't like these headphones, man.
They're really shit. To be blunt, they're really bad.
Get them out of here.
I'm not sure
But
what's
yeah, no.
happening here.
How do you feel on that? Like, I just don't understand.
I'm fairly like blasé about it, purely because it's one of those trends that comes in music and typically disappears. And if it doesn't disappear, it will never get to the point where we accept it as normal. Do you remember when Tupac did Coachella?
Oh yeah.
And everybody was losing their minds. They're gonna do a hologram of Biggie. They're gonna do a hologram of Big Pun. Bro,
That's better.
at this point, like, we've only seen ABBA Voyage be a massive thing, and it's because people love ABBA, innit?
Yeah.
So I don't think they're really gonna.
Fam, when I found out ABBA weren't actually there, I was like, what is this?
People are paying hundreds.
Hundreds through the roof. It's the most expensive.
Yeah, I was thinking, what was that? Because I just see the 4 guys, but I'm like, that's not ABBA.
It's
Like they're in like Tron outfits.
Yeah.
They're paying for the vibes, man.
Also, it's all AI.
Yeah, it's the hottest ticket in town. I'd go to it personally because I like.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, I rock with them. Them man got busy in the kitchen. Them and who's the other? They were of a similar ilk. Fleetwood Mac. Them two. Yeah, that's.
I don't know who they are, but you know what? I hear what you're saying.
But yeah, I mean that ABBA experience is really popular.
Sounds amazing, bro. What is that?
What is this? Low carbs, Nocco.
Bloody sexy.
Hey, yo.
He said it. You heard it here.
Listen, man, AI podcasts.
What?
Imagine that AI version of us.
Nah,
I'll be talking the most.
The
For
real is
real.
back. The real is back.
That's the thing about it. Like
It
something's
sounds
just
innit?
off. Like
Your jokes would just be way off. Just be shooting anyhow. Halfway through the conversation.
just trying to make anything. It can never work. I don't think it's not something I want to see continue. I've only seen it work once, and that was Drake doing Window Shopper, and even still, like,
I've not heard that.
I'll send it to you. It was pretty impressive.
Fair enough.
That's the only one I've heard work, and that's because I think if you do want to make it work, they kind of have to be in a similar vocal range.
Right.
And 50 Cent is no stranger to kind of singing on songs.
Yeah, I see it.
And obviously that's Drake's bread and butter.
We did speak about it briefly, but it was off the pod. Would you say that 50 Cent would smoke Lil Wayne?
No, I think it'll be close. If you're asking me who,
Well, that's a
who
tough
wins,
question.
how many songs are we talking about?
10, always
20.
10. Is it 20?
Yeah. It's got to sustain a
I
whole
think it's
concert.
just. I think that's Wayne. 10 is 50, but if you're saying 20, then it's Wayne, because Wayne's catalog is too deep.
He has too many features, man.
So does he have to tap into? I mean, some would argue Wayne could probably win off features alone, but I think if you want to go hit for hit, 10 songs is 50. If you want to go 20 for 20, and you can, kind of get into your deeper catalog,
Yeah.
then it's Wayne.
I agree.
And I think once you start getting into once they'll start getting into 13, 15, I don't really know what 50 pulls out at that point.
Nah, he's got stuff. It's just
I'm not saying he hasn't got stuff, but I'm saying
it won't match up in terms of
whatever.
what
I think
Wayne-
20, 50's runs dry, just because I think really and truly I love the man, but he's only got 2 albums. And the second one don't even hit like that.
What about Ayo Technology?
She broke the girl. She broke the pole.
That's the name of this episode. I'm tired of using technology. No, that's the most gross. Your man was watching porn. He said,
In the
I've had
cybercafe.
enough.
That was in the cybercafe as well.
It was.
That was soft porn, in school.
When you think of the video
That's
as well,
wild.
that's crazy.
That's a wild statement.
She want it. Ooh.
She want it. That was a great song.
That verse is terrible. She worked the pole. She on the floor.
But no, do you know what?
That's terrible.
He's lucky because it was one of those songs that it was always going to work.
You
Do you know-
can't
he
go
could have
wrong with
said-
everybody.
He could have
on there.
said anything.
But
Yeah,
do you know what's more interesting?
Go on.
So you see that flow, yeah?
Yeah.
So somebody said that 50 Cent stole flows from the South.
Is that a
I think,
and that's how he became the biggest rapper ever.
Is that 3-6 Mafia flow? Or am I bugging?
No, just in general.
In general.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah, but I thought we kind of knew.
Club, bottle full of pearl, mama, I got which knee.
I thought we kind of already knew that.
No, I didn't know that. That's not New York. That's
no,
like
but
South.
I always thought that was an accepted thing.
You ain't no friend of mine. You ain't no kin of mine.
Yeah, that one for sure.
Yeah. Like when we really think about it, it's a southern flow.
Hey, listen, it worked.
Hey, man.
Worked well.
Yeah, when you actually think about it, 50 don't rap like he's from New York.
House of Rob, yes. Very much in New York.
I don't know. Maybe it's the way he carries himself and how he pronounces things. I can't unsee the New York from how.
100%. He's a New Yorker, but yeah, I always heard that as not a slight against him, but like he does sound like he's from the South.
I never thought about it until now.
His cadence is very
Even
southern.
Window Shopper as well.
You know why I can't hear it?
I came up and do my thing.
My brain can't hear it because the beats and everything else. Everything about it sounds New York except for what you're saying, the cadence.
Yeah.
So I can't disassociate the two.
Who produced for him? It's a West Coast producer.
South,
Dre?
though. South. Like West Coast.
Yeah, but you can be from the South and on a West Coast beat.
No, but NWA, they had their.
I think it's a fair argument.
They had their accent from the West, but then they had their whole flow like Public Enemy. They had that sort of flow in it. So you just basically copied and paste, but the way they sounded, it was just for the West.
But I feel like what the point I'm trying to make is he sounded like a Southern rapper on West Coast beats. That's to me anyway.
I don't even think any of those were West Coast though.
Would you not?
Nah.
I'm just making the point. Yeah, I'm making the point that his producer was.
When I hear the documentary by the game, I hear like a few West Coast beats, like super West Coast. But then when I go back onto like Get Rich or Die Trying, I don't really hear that.
Okay, my point is that like his whole he when he's rapping or when he's in artist mode is actually very minuscule how New Yorker it sounds in comparison to like some real heavy New Yorkers. His beats aren't from New York, and his flow predominantly isn't from New York as well. Yeah. It's just an interesting, path that he chose to take, and it worked, like you said, very well. So I can't knock it.
Can't knock the hustle.
Can't knock the hustle at all. But yeah, no, AI would just be terrible. Like I have no room for it. The sooner we stop using it, the better. It's a nice little gimmick at the moment, but I'm not taking it seriously.
You said 2 albums. There's
Curtis has got a couple cool songs on there.
I'm not like, come on.
Okay, yeah. There's Curtis. There's Get Rich or Die Trying. Get Rich or Die Trying. Then there's the Massacre.
I'm not counting the tape.
I
said albums. Him solo tape.
Before I Self-Destruct.
Then there's G Unit as well.
Before I Self-Destruct.
I'll probably say, you know what? If he pulls, there's a few songs. There's a few songs on the is it Animal?
Animal Ambition. I got that animal ambition.
No, this is
that song is ass.
No, not the song, but the album. I forgot.
Nah, man.
But yeah,
I think
it was supposed to be called Street King or Mortal, but got dashed out.
It never came out.
Yeah. There's like 6.
It's 2 albums, man.
Nah, there's 6 albums.
And I'm not. You think every album he's made is good?
No, okay. There's as his years progress, there's a few tracks. There's digression basically.
100%. Okay,
doesn't improve.
I'm saying,
however, out of the 6 albums I just mentioned,
I don't even think. I'm gonna be real. I don't even think the Massacre's that great.
Slow your roll.
All right, man.
Slow your roll, dog. That album's good.
I didn't say it's bad.
No, you're trying out your bum, bruv.
Do you think it? What do you think? What do you think of the album?
It's a great album.
Great.
Yeah, man. Come on. Man. It's a great album.
I don't know.
You're just being a bum.
Get Rich or Die Trying. Classic. Fair enough.
I can't argue that.
Massacre's a great album. It's not a classic, obviously not, but it's a great follow-up.
I think just because it moved. It did 1.2 in it first week, I want to say.
Something crazy like that.
I don't know. I think maybe that's an album we can do the thing on.
Yeah, we'll put it on the list. We'll listen back to
it. Yeah.
Jonothan Majors. React.
I want to let you take the lead on this one.
I want to let you take the lead on this one.
So, if you don't know, Jonothan Majors was arrested about 3 weeks ago after an altercation in New York with his alleged girlfriend.
4 weeks ago.
Was it 4 weeks? Has it been a month now?
Yeah, because when this comes out, it's going to be 4 weeks.
And there's been various reports about what's happened, different conflicting reports. Initially, it turned out, well, initially at the time, it was the case that he beat her up, and he was arrested at the time. She called the police on him. Time has progressed. The lawyers have come out and said, no, actually, she attacked him. He called the police. And basically, there's a lot of he said, she said, and now we're at a point where there's going to be a court case in about 3-4 weeks, I think.
Oh, wow.
End of May. But I also forgot to mention that there were some leaked texts, alleged leaked texts, which basically indicts Jonothan Majors. So, yeah, there's a lot of...
What?
As in, it makes it look like he fucked up.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
And
what, is that the one I shared with you, man?
Yeah, and she was trying to clean up.
Oh.
Did you see it the other way around? Well, from what
I saw it as, she was like, oh, yeah, that doesn't look good.
It's very grey when you read it. I mean, it can be
I saw
interpreted.
it as her saying, oh, my God, I'm sorry I did this. Like, I messed up. I've told him. I've recanted my statement. Like, that's just not how it went down. That's how I saw it.
Well, maybe I read it the other way around. I mean, it's one of those things that's so vaguely read that it doesn't make him look any less guilty than how he should be. Because if you look at the discourse online, again, it's 50-50. I mean, it's always been 50-50. But, yeah, I mean, is this the biggest bag fumble of all time?
It's up there for sure.
Nope.
But we'll have to wait and see.
Nope.
Man's moving like Damien outside of the movie.
He could be doing Tyler Perry movies.
you end up in McDonald's.
For real. I will say this before we carry on. I'm actually pleased with the public, as in I don't think he's been chastised, and I think people are waiting to see the verdict.
This has never happened.
What do you mean?
I think history is no longer repeating itself.
Oh, as in like OJ,
because
Kobe.
No, not even. Think about it. 100 years ago, if a black man was accused for looking, what would he get? Now, of course, we know the sensitivity of the topic at hand right now, but in the full scope of things, we have to discuss it. If you look back 20 years ago, if a black man was to do something like accused of something, that's it. He's done. He's going to be working at Madonna.
Yeah, it's gone.
Today, people see Jonathan Majors like. What, last year? No one was looking at Jonathan Majors. 5 months ago? Well, when Loki dropped, people were looking at Jonathan Majors like, oh, he's a new star, whatever, cool. 5 months ago, when he took off his top at Men's Health.
Men's Health.
People,
Men need help.
People looked at him completely different.
That's a funny name for a magazine. Men's Health.
People looked at him like, yo. I looked at him like, yo, big man, what's going on there? What happened? How did you get so hench? The 5+, you were looking like a child. Now you're looking like a man, innit?
Yeah, fair enough.
Cool. So he's done Creed. He's done the film, the historic film about him being the first fighter jet for the United States. And then he's also Kang in Ant-Man. And of course, the biggest villain for the whole MCU for the next couple of years. Cool. This is the first time I've seen an incident like this where there's accusations where it's it's grey at the moment. We don't know what's going on, and people are really willing to wait for the facts to come out.
Which is good. Which is the way it should always be.
Because Michael Jackson, in life and in death, he's been accused of touching kids, and they still prove him right all the time. FBI, you know what the FBI did to all black people? And they said that Michael Jackson's innocent. He ain't been touching kids. And then, 2 years ago, they came up with a documentary to cancel Michael Jackson. Then they look at the dates and say, yo, bro.
That's crazy.
Your dates are foul.
Didn't some of the alleged accused kids come out and say that they didn't actually get touched and the parents forced them to say it?
And then they came out with a documentary.
For the bag, apparently.
They came out with a documentary.
There's that old man on there.
Yeah, those are the same kids that denied it when they were kids. And then they came out as grown men and saying, yeah, he touched me. And the dates didn't even line up. And they had to recant the whole documentary.
What?
And then that's when Drake retracted his song from the album, the Michael Jackson feature. Then he put it back on.
Oh, man.
So this is the first time in history
that song was ass.
Yeah,
actually just a man in general, people are waiting for the facts before they say something.
Well, there you have it, folks.
That's all I'm gonna say. I like to thank society for changing slowly,
but surely.
But really and truly, we'll get there in the end. But we wait for facts.
Yeah,
we just hope that AI ain't here to play games.
I said AI, you know.
Yeah, I think that's all you can do with this particular case. I don't think there's, until the facts come out, can't really have an opinion, can't really say anything on it too tough.
Kevin Feige's fighting demons, though.
Oh yeah, oh God. She recanted ASAP. I'm not saying there was anything there, but that's also the biggest problem, because they'll just say they paid her off.
Yeah.
So
there's no way he wins from this. Ultimately, there's going to be some kind of damage.
Yeah,
it just depends how much damage there is.
I think it'll be. I think because they're saying there's footage and there's substantial evidence to prove otherwise. If they release that and it doesn't look like and it looks like what he's saying is the case, cool. My only concern is the DA still charged him, which, you know,
what does that mean in the grand scheme of things? That means
I think they're just doing
due diligence,
due process. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
just for safekeeping. Because if something really did happen and they don't charge him, it's on them.
It's on them. Yeah.
So I think they're just doing it because
they basically should have to.
Yeah. Okay. Well, but I think that clears that one up then, because that's my thought process was that's the only thing I have an issue with, the fact that he was still the DA still called for his arrest, and it's not like he can go anywhere. Like, he's this world famous actor, so yeah. I mean, I wish all parties the best. And if anything did happen, obviously, I hope that woman gets healing, of course. But you know, if he didn't do it, I want the best for him as well, because his career will indefinitely be ruined if he has done it. And if he hasn't done it, he doesn't deserve for that to happen. So I hope people are willing to be forgiven or forgiving.
Listen, man, when Kobe's stuff went down, he rebounded.
He rebounded.
No pun intended. Rest in peace, Kobe.
That was a good one. That's top tier.
I try, man.
It's one of them ones where it's like, ooh, that's good.
That's what I'm telling you. Don't even ask me how.
For real.
What else was on my list?
Top 10 movies of your life, I think I saw.
Yeah, so I'll give you guys context. Last night I was just chilling in my flat, making food, and we were just scrolling through the TV just to see what's on. You know when you just see like shows and movies that are on like Channel 5 on a late night on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen was on.
Ooh.
Like, mind you, that movie is really bad. But when I turned it on, it was just before the fight happens between Optimus and he gets ganged up on by Megatron and all the other guys.
I'll take you all on.
So I was like, let me just watch this whole segment back. And I was watching it back and I was like, this was really, really good.
Yeah, no.
But then luckily I have Sky, so I can turn it off once the movie gets really, really bad. Right?
Oh my God.
And it just made me think, like, and this is a discourse with movies all the time, right? People ask people, what's your favorite film? And a lot of people might pick the films that are actually like critically acclaimed good rather than the films that you actually hold personal and dear to you. So I wanted to ask you guys, like, what movies do you feel like are your favorites and like really kind of like embody who you are?
Yeah, films that really,
it doesn't have to be 10, but just the ones.
No, I know. I guess if you look at, it's interesting to see because what you'd pick at every year in your life, and that would really help you to get a clear answer. So say for like 2002, I probably would have said Stuart Little was the best film I saw that year.
You know what? You're not wrong.
But that film is great.
You are not wrong.
They cooked with Stuart Little one when he was in the car.
Yeah.
And he was whipping at such a young age. I said, all right. But you know what? That's the word.
Yeah.
That was psychologically scarring. Imagine being in the home where they adopt him and you get a rat is chosen over you.
Yeah, I'm fine, everybody.
Oh God, we're leaving in peace. And the boy was disappointed. I'd be like, yeah, damn right. Like, you brought him a fucking mouse.
Yo, man.
There's a scene where he gets stuck in the washing machine.
They're trying to kill. They were
trying to kill him. The cat didn't like him. Now that film's elite, man. Stu was fighting demons, but hey, listen, he came out the other side.
He came out a stronger man.
For real.
That's funny. What else is on? What else?
Shrek's 1 and 2.
Shrek 2, yeah. Elite.
For real.
Elite.
That is an incredible film.
The thing is, I remember them, but I haven't seen the film in like years, so I can't. But I remember Shrek 2 being funny.
That's the one.
Shrek 1 was a bit slow, but I remember Shrek 2 being fun.
2 they just got busy because they had
from
the
the jump.
foundation anyway. They didn't have to give us the buffer and make the ogre be or Shrek be annoying
they
or angry.
were really
They just went straight
that.
to the shits, man.
I as a child, I don't think I'd ever laughed as hard as when he said, "Say you're wearing ladies' underwear." And Pinocchio's nose doesn't grow.
It's insane. Yo, these movies had mad innuendos. It's crazy. I watched Toy Story 2 the other day, yeah, and the scene where right at the end where Jessie and Buzz are talking, and like obviously Buzz is trying to move to her or whatnot. So then Jessie and his wings pop out. I said, yeah, you lot are really like this shouldn't be in a kids film.
Nah, the circumference, saying the circumference of my wingspan, that's crazy.
I think Space Jam.
That's in my.
Oh yeah.
I know
That's
you
a
don't
terrible
like
film.
It's a terrible film.
It's a special
It is
film.
a bad film, but it's our childhood.
It's just so interesting. Yeah, it's just so interesting to watch, and it's just lovely.
I had it on video, so every few weeks we just put it in and watch it.
As a child, it's perfect for you because you don't realize that this is actually ass. But at the time, I'm just putting like Looney Tunes and Michael Jordan. I'm sold.
Like he doesn't get any.
The most famous man probably on the planet at that point.
It's a layup.
It's easy money. That's a dub. You kidding me?
Tokyo Drift.
You know what? It took me a while to appreciate that film. I didn't like it when it first came out. I was really angry about it when it first came out. I like the fact that Bow Wow's in there. That song is a classic.
Yeah.
But I was angry that they departed from Vin Diesel and Paul Walker. But watching it back, it's a good film.
It's actually a good film.
It's not a bad film at all. Okay, my man's accent's a little bit jarring.
Oh my God. We get it, you're southern.
What's that? What's DK stand for? Donkey Kong?
He could not whip
this man out.
He could not whip.
Nah,
it was actually embarrassing.
He couldn't whip
save his life. Oh, there's so many. Now that we're actually getting into it, but I'm gonna try to go for like more obscure choices. Like the first Scooby-Doo film.
The live action joint.
Oh my God,
them joints were crazy.
The casting was insane, and the CGI for Scooby, that man got busy.
The Hulk.
Oh, the 2003 one with Ang Lee.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that.
I don't think it was 2003. Was it 2000? It was 2003. Yeah, because that's when I say no more.
I don't know.
I don't even want to know.
Fair enough.
There was when we were kids, we weren't supposed to be doing we weren't supposed to be doing adult stuff as kids, but yeah. But it was between me and that person, innit? So
fair enough.
Yeah,
we'll move on just so you don't get criminally indicted.
I was a Christian. She was exposed to too much. She was in the world, innit? I was still walking by faith.
And may that continue.
Amen.
I said amen.
Let the people of God say.
What about later in your life though? Like
the Chronicle.
Okay. Which one? Is that?
The one Michael B in them?
Yeah.
Oh, what an incredible film.
Because that was the first film.
Go on.
That was the first film that was like a superhero film about teenagers.
Oh, right.
Wrong in it.
Right.
But it was like you understood it. Like you kind of related with the guy, so you weren't against him, but you didn't like his actions. That's what it was.
Oh, Homeboy in it actually tried to have a decent career. Michael B. Jordan is in it though.
Oh, really?
The plot is really good. I agree.
He's running for team president, school president. I don't know, one of them. Yeah, he's running for president basically.
Gosh,
these are all the films that they form your earlier years. Like the first Transformers for me.
First two Spider-Man.
Watching that in cinemas, that was an experience. Because seeing that level of CGI,
the first Transformer is special and actually pretty funny. When Homeboy's like, when they come in here, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna keep it stum. They're gonna try to get it out of me. They walk in. It was her. It was her. I had it.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me, criminal. He was crazy. Bro.
And then he sold that for real. Yeah, no,
absolutely.
We've been blessed with some. I mean, obviously, there's been horrible films, but we've actually been blessed with some really good ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And in like more recent times, like when you get older, you kind of obviously look for different things in films. I've seen quality films. Like for one of my favorite films, like that I put in that echelon of films for me now is Wolf of Wall Street, man.
Oh,
that movie is 3 hours. That's a 1 hour film that's disguised as a 3 hour film.
It doesn't even make like.
It's just like
crack cocaine.
It
film.
It feels. Oh my God.
So funny, man. Leo was just cooking the whole film.
It's a
Jonah Hill
Fugazi, it's a
cooking,
Fugazi, it's a Wazi, it's a Woozy.
cooking.
Oh no, it's a great film. It's so special. Margot Robbie's grand entrance.
We
won that day, you know.
We won.
I mean, it's hanging in the rafters now, but like
we always talk about it, The Dark Knight.
Listen, bro.
But I didn't. The reason I didn't bring it up is because if you listen to this, you should know that already.
You should know by now.
That film's actually a part of my personality.
Agreed. Me too.
Yeah,
I can quote that film forever.
What is that, a bazooka?
Because it was the first. It was the first realistic superhero.
Yeah.
100%. It wasn't even a superhero film, really and truly.
It was a man running around the put him in he's got mental problems, clearly. The both of them.
I'm not wearing hockey pads. Gassed. Absolutely gassed.
Oh man. Yeah, no.
Film.
Absolutely special film. In more recent memory, Infinity War, even probably over Endgame.
Yeah, Apex MCU.
Just even because all three of us went to watch it that day, and obviously there's a few others. But we've never had that much of a visceral reaction when leaving the cinema. Like we were trying to get ourselves together almost. It was quite.
Yeah, no.
It was a surreal response.
The last 10 minutes.
Because Thanos won.
Yeah.
And we were there like.
Apex cinema, bro. I loved it.
What do you mean? Like we were there, like
yeah.
Nah,
they did that.
I don't. Yeah,
they did that.
I'll never forget thinking like, oh yeah, like we should just probably wait a little bit, like something's gonna happen.
That was
the film wrap.
Man was there, smiling. Man was just there smiling, bro.
They got their ass handed to them.
Crazy.
That's how you end the film and leave people in suspense. I know Endgame went on to make more, but that film is special. It really did feel like the culmination and the lead up to everything, you know.
Yeah, you can't top moments like that.
In that film, it's weird because after you look back on it, Thanos is actually the protagonist, and the Avengers trying to stop him from completing his mission are the antagonists. We've just come to side with them for so long, but yeah, no,
it deserves to be on that list for sure. I was thinking about it when I asked the question. Like, is Infinity War on that list for me? Of course it is. It has to.
I think more so than any MCU film.
I think for me,
maybe Iron Man 1. Yeah,
this guy knows me too well. For me, Iron Man 1 for me was just a moment. Like I don't know what they cooked, man, but they cooked.
Yeah, for sure.
They really landed that film.
Yeah, and it's crazy because we're not even saying Avengers 1. Like I don't really have. I look back now and the space that it had for me, I would have said that a few years ago probably defined me, but not anymore. I think
that's fair. I still think it was more a great moment for when it happened, and it still is a great moment.
It was a great moment.
It's a good film, but like, I think they managed to top themselves with Infinity War. They really did. So shouts out to the MCU and Kevin Feige and them man there.
Kill Bill for me as well because it was like the first film.
That's
my favorite film.
Yeah,
of all time.
It's probably my favorite.
Oh
film.
damn!
I fucking love it.
Great choice. I can't argue it. But
everything about that. Film, the aesthetics, the acting,
100%.
The story, the soundtrack. Fucking RZA, bro.
For real,
it's crazy.
I remember that was like the first time I was like, "Yo, is that?" You'll have that age where it's like, should I be watching this? You're obviously not old enough, the audience for it, but you watch it anyway. The black and white, the fact that it had to be black and white because it was so gory. Like, there's just so many.
Cold film.
Oh,
I need to rewatch it, man. Every time I try to get this girl to watch it, she's just like, it's too scary. I'm like, you best woman up.
I think with more time, and this is another interesting discussion, but I think Into the Spider-Verse 1 could do it. Like, for me, that's so powerful.
It's a good film.
When he's like, you know, when he comes to the realization. And What's Up Danger is playing.
Peak cinematography.
Chef's kiss of a film. Peak cinematography for real.
Yo, what was It was Casino Royale.
That movie's hard.
Has to be.
I watched it late. I watched it late.
Say Skyfall's over it.
I didn't understand when it was in the toilet. They're beefing in the toilet, and then all of a sudden, like, you just see him kill him. It was like, who is this?
Yeah.
Then like, the whole thing.
He got busy. You know what? I'm really angry. I watched that movie late. I watched it really, really late.
Oh, wow.
And when I watched it, I said, "Rah!" I see why people got behind Daniel Craig at the time, because Skyfall for me was my favorite, and it is my favorite.
Yeah.
But Casino Royale was cold, man.
Skyfall was so good it tricked me into watching the next two.
It's a trick job.
They were ass. It was,
What was it? Spectre wasn't great. And,
no, Spectre made a bill, but that was off the back of.
Last one was okay. Last one was it was an okay ending, decent ending, but yeah, Skyfall, Apex, James Bond.
I'm trying to think if there's any
more before we move on.
Any more?
I would say Head of State. At the time, it was just pure comedy. So Chris Rock is.
You're not even giving some comedies their love. Mean Girls is so important to me.
That's probably that's creeping. That's in the top 20, I think, for me. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
that movie is a fucking great movie.
Head of State is hilarious.
Yeah,
Head of State is a good film.
Yeah, it was just about him running for president in 2004, and like him just being super ghetto. And then it was funny because the way it was like. You could say the Illuminati was behind it because they were saying, yeah, we're going to condition you for Barack Obama.
Word!
Yeah.
I like that one.
Say less.
There's the Bernie Mac in it as well. And then when they're asking Bernie questions and he's like,
R.I.P.
Do you know who he is?
He's too funny.
Yeah, we lost a legend in him, man, for real.
Like effortlessly funny. Honestly.
No, I don't know who the International Banking Organization is.
Oh, but to answer your question, something that may have like shaped me, I think I really, really liked Above the Rim.
Okay.
I liked Above the Rim, yeah.
Okay.
It was a basketball film. Coach Carter as well.
Yeah. Like Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was heavily
give him that.
I was heavily influenced by Bow Wow. There's witnesses that can attest to that. Yeah, nah.
Too many films, man. We could actually make a whole episode on that.
Yeah, 100%. Like
for sure.
Nah, there was some special. I don't know. I think every generation will feel this way, but we really did grow up on some special films, and I feel bad because the B movie is gone. If that makes sense, like the film that costs about 50 million to make. It's probably on TV now, but like those films, like Friends with Benefits with Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis, absolutely love that film.
It's a good film.
But they're not going to make that film now, and it'll just go to Netflix.
People are too scared.
It's difficult,
especially on dating apps. We don't want to talk about dating apps right now, man.
We'll do that in the next app.
On the next app, please, because there's some stuff that we need to definitely talk about.
Let's quickly touch on this before we go, because I'm conscious of time. But Anthony Joshua won his fight against. What's his name? That's rude. Let me do the guy justice.
I didn't even watch.
Because I watched the last 7 rounds of it.
Was it good? It went to 12.
Franklin.
Yeah,
it went to 12.
Yeah, Franklin. You know
was
what?
It a good went to 12 or?
I would say, from a boxing standpoint, he was very well composed. I loved it. He came at a weight where he usually boxed, so that was 255. He didn't come in trying to be a lightweight, trying to skip around and
do too much.
He just came in at 255. He really wanted to dominate, and he did. It was great. However, you can obviously see from his mental standpoint.
See the hesitation.
Yeah, he wasn't. He didn't want to give full power most of the time. Like he gave power shots for man to clock. Like if you really want this work, I can give it to you. But he there was a lot of hesitation. He didn't want to let his hands fly.
Why do you think that?
Because of what happened with Andrew Ruiz. Where he let his hands fly the first time the guy went down, let his hands fly again the second time, and you obviously saw the whole entire, in like the whole world. He got done in the Mecca, New York.
Damn.
So then from that point, it was like, how do I do this? And then he lost twice to Usyk, you know, and then of course we saw the embarrassment.
Heavy.
Yeah.
18 stone. Do you know how heavy 18 stone is? That's actually crazy.
You know, I know like, what's happening in like Ukraine is mad, but like
I think he was concussed.
He wasn't concussed. He was just like there was so much going on in his head. He just had to crack.
He had to get it out.
And personally, from a mental standpoint, I applaud him that he had an outlet. But it wasn't a place to do it. That's all it was, innit?
It wasn't the place to do it.
But then in this one,
heavy.
I don't know what happened. Because he almost did the same thing, but it was like...
It was a bit more controlled. He kept stopping himself.
No, but I don't know what happened. Because at the end, like, he tapped my man's head at the end of the fight. But it was like, bro, like, what's going on? And then the way he came to him, it was like, you know what? It's all jokey. But he tried to wrestle him in the middle of the thing. And then it almost turned into a whole beef. Anyways, congratulations.
He might be going through something.
I think he's going through a lot. I think he wants to be himself now. But shout out to Anthony Joshua. Congratulations on the win. I thought it was a very good fight because he composed himself. However, the hesitation to just let it go, that's up to him.
Where does he go from here?
I think it's Dillian White, Joe Joyce,
and
Daniel Dubois.
Is he not boxing for a title ever again then?
No, it's not that he's not boxing for a title. If I'm in his team, I'll tell him don't box for Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury is a joke because he's gonna waste his time. So I'd rather just him go for Daniel Dubois, Joe Joyce, Dillian White, Big Baby Miller in the United States if you really want to make some money and some sound, or Deontay Wilder. But I don't think Deontay Wilder is really on it. I mean, if he is, then he is. Andy Ruiz, stay away from him because I think he's just looking for the bag, and that's that. And he's not improving. He's not selling boxes at the moment. So I would say those 5 names. Go for those guys. But other than that, what do you think, Collins?
Yeah, I have this similar sentiment to you.
Yeah.
Pretty much, he was very hesitant. He boxed fairly well. But I think Franklin, fair play to Franklin, he's got a chin, man. He kept taking all the punches, but he was smart where he would lean on him every flurry that Joshua would give. Therefore, it wouldn't give Joshua enough time to recompose himself to knock him down. So it wasn't gonna ever be a case where he would knock him out, to be completely honest with you. And my only caveat before we wrap up is that the zone coverage was just gross. Because hearing the commentators talk about it, they gave like every single round. I think it was Tony Bellew gave it every single round to Joshua. The way the commentator was talking about like Joshua's done this, Joshua's done that. Mind you, there were points where he was struggling a fair bit. Franklin was he was doing a decent job.
You gave him fair
but
work.
Ultimately, I agree with Eman. You could you can see the hesitation. All right, let's wrap up.
What? No Lauren Woodsy.
Hey yo,
he was fighting for his life.
Is white women his weakness?
Maybe.
I said maybe. I hope so.
Hey, yo, wrap it up then.
Wrap it up.
Let's get out of here.
Hey, shout out to the white woman who listens to the podcast. We do love you dearly. Shout out to the white queens.
Oh, you speak French now.
No, but we love the white queens.
I'm not in.
What is it?
We love the black queens as well, man.
What's Jeremiah saying?
Hey, listen, we don't discriminate.
No, we about you and
No, we don't discriminate.
We don't discriminate. We love all races here.
Hell no, we don't discriminate.
We actually don't. Yes. Okay. The music choices. I'm gonna pick "Stuntman" by Tyler the Creator. It's on his deluxe.
Ooh, that was an interesting marketing campaign.
That man has just been cooking for ages, man.
He's staying busy. Mine is Nardo Wick featuring Little Baby Hot Boy.
Hot Boy.
I've been waiting for this song for a while, so it's nice that it's finally dropped. Hey yo, everybody duck for cover when that man releases "Rescue Me." I don't know if he'll be allowed to, but
when he releases "Rescue Me,"
Drake releases that song that it's got a snippet of.
Oh, of Kim. Yeah. I don't care.
It's a good song.
We'll see what happens when it comes out. I'll probably like it.
A Night Off by Drake featuring Lloyd.
It's 7 o'clock in the morning in the studio.
That's a banger though. Not gonna lie. All right, man. Let's get out of here.
All right, cool.
Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff in a bit.